The Square Ball Podcast.
And we're underway with this week's propaganda. Welcome to the show. Dan here with Michael and Rob in a show that's brought to you in association with Levi Solicitors.
I've not opened the website yet.
Okay.
But they do wills, probate and conveyancing, so bear with me.
So that's all you do is you say that just to buy yourself time.
You've only been doing this for how long, Michael?
Listen, I'm a football expert. I'm a medical expert. I'm not a legal expert entirely.
I think you said you are before. Huh?
Okay, I am. I suppose I'm an expert in certain areas.
You're just being modest now.
But Levi Solicitors probably know more. So if I was going to ask for legal advice, I'd go to them rather than me.
If you had to litigate a matter.
Exactly.
Yep.
If I had, for example, a commercial dispute.
You needed it resolving.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I'd go to them.
Yep.
If I'd suffered from professional negligence of some kind.
We suffer from professional negligence every time you try and do this. And that is a joke we've made before, but it does actually stand up to scrutiny.
Okay. Well, if I want lasting power of attorney, go there too.
Yeah. I think that has to be kind of bestowed on you rather than you don't get to just like demand it.
Oh. Right. Like I say, I'm not an expert. Speak to them about it.
I don't want to pay full price though, so can you sort me out some sort of deal?
10%?
Sounds good. Yeah. Handshake. Yeah. Where do I go to get that?
levisolicitors.co.uk/the square ball.
Correct, Michael.
I couldn't remember if it was square ball or the square ball, but it's the square ball.
It's the same one it's been for a long time, which is the square ball. So
good. So
there's that. And here we are. Right, this is propaganda where we find out what has been said in the football world. Dog bothering misery special, I think we could call this one. All right, are people looking forward to this one? You in the wake of a victory rather like this, people always going, propaganda will be good this week. There's been lots of clips doing the rounds on Twitter, X, whatever Space Karen's calling it now. So where do we start today then, my friend?
Well, there's a lot of people at Ellen Road for this because I've tried to find Huddersfield stuff last year when they were...
I mean, tickets that cheap. I'm not surprised there was huge demand for tickets. Yeah.
That's true. When they were kind of almost dropping out of the league and Warnock arrived and stuff, I was trying to keep an eye on what was going on, and there wasn't a huge amount of stuff there. But
I've heard from Big Kev, their owner. Has he been?
I keep checking. I've not seen anything for a little while.
He was quite vocal in the run up to the game, wasn't he, about the ticket prices and so on and so forth. Even like I think it was the Cardiff game before where they got hammered 4-0. Said it was an unacceptable performance. Have we heard anything from him in the wake of this one? Has it all been?
I think he's been busy tweeting about his other football club, Sacramento. We're obviously a bigger club than Huddersfield, so it's understandable.
Yeah.
There is a 13-part documentary about that whole takeover on their YouTube.
Is it all a bit Radrazani? Like, isn't he tall and handsome? That kind of vibe.
I watched a little bit, and Warnock appears in a conference call.
Right.
And he's... What's he called, the owner? Kev.
Big Kev.
Kev's pretending that he's really committed to it and watching all the games and he loves Warnock and stuff. And as we know, he hates Neil Warnock. Mm-hmm. And he's now massively unpopular with Huddersfield fans too because they've appointed Darren Moore.
Yeah.
Which hasn't gone brilliantly.
Nah. I noticed that at the weekend when we played them.
Yeah. They're fucking rubbish, aren't they?
Yeah. Lots of first-hand evidence there, Michael. Where are we going? Come on then.
Let's start.
We're having a long run up there about what?
Let's start on Mac a Cup of Tea.
Right.
Because we've heard from him before and we'll hear him pre-game on this one.
On their big day out.
West Yorkshire derby, one of Yorkshire's biggest rivalries. 20 miles separate the two clubs, and these two well and truly hate each other. Both sets of fans hate each other. The two clubs have played each other over 80 times, with Huddersfield winning 32 of those games, and Leeds just falling short, winning 29 games. But every time these two teams face each other, there is always drama.
Can I just ask, what was going on there?
What do you mean? The dramatic effects?
Yeah, because we use like a swooshy noise to intro and outro the clips there, and it seems like they were all over. Was that you that put them in, or was that on the...
That was on the production. Because it was building, wasn't it?
Chopping.
It was like...
Between, right.
Just to show what a big game it was and that.
Can I just ask you about one of Yorkshire's biggest rivalries?
I mean...
Did he miss out the words one-sided? Or...
Farke was asked about that in his pre-match presser. Like, what a big rivalry this is. And bless him, he sort of went along with it. But I remember watching it and I was just like, really?
I mean, look, let's be fair about it. We don't want to lose it because it gives them the ammunition to start yapping at us from down the road, doesn't it? But rivalry? Really? Fine.
Anyway, despite the magnitude of the game, this is his score prediction, and he wasn't particularly optimistic.
My score prediction for today's game is a 5-1 Leeds win. I have no confidence after that game against Cardiff, but one thing I will say is, in games like this, form really does go out the window, so we'll have to wait and see. Guys, we're joined by a big Town fan who watches the videos. What is happening today, mate? Big derby. 2-1 Town, big way in that. Where do you think we'll finish this season? 15. One more question. You need one word to describe Leeds. Yeah, I'll then last second night. Why not? Change my score prediction. We're winning this game 2-1.
So just because it was quite a lot of crowd noise there. Yeah.
Originally it was 5-1
to Leeds.
Then he spoke to a child and had a second pint and decided they were going to win 2-1. So I can't fault, really.
The optimism of a child. What did the child say about Leeds? It was shit.
Shit.
Yeah, fair enough. Right.
Yeah, which is absolutely fair.
5-1 wasn't far wide of the mark, so his sober assessment was a good one, and it should have been 5-1 if Dan James had put his hat-trick chance in.
He was actually a little bit disappointed. I'm not sure it's in one of the clips, but he was a bit disappointed to have been wrong, I think, when we failed to demolish him in the second half.
So this is 1-0 then, is it, we're going into?
Yes.
All right.
Thomas, a throw in, dangerous area here. This Leeds will give it away easily. Leeds on the counter attack. Could be in here. Leeds are in. That one will count. Leeds take the lead. So disappointing, man. That is so disappointing, man. We played good football there. We gave the ball away in the stupid area. Leeds go and punish us, man. And the roof has just come off Ellen's Road.
I'm glad he didn't do that young person thing of saying literally. The roof has literally come off.
They're in the West Stand.
Yeah, there's every chance. Have you noticed that Fabrizio Romano has fallen into this habit of using the word literally? I don't know if somebody's fed him this and said, add literally, that's what young people say, Fab. And he said something about, was it Eddie Nketiah being literally on fire when he scored that hat-trick for Arsenal? I thought, he's not.
Doesn't he mainly just copy and paste what agents send to him?
Let's move on and do goals 2 through to 4.
It's interesting, though, because given the way that game started, there's a clip not in there, but as part of his ongoing commentary through it, he's saying, we started really well here. And I was thinking, you didn't. I think they touched the ball for like the opening 7 minutes or something, did they?
Well, as we were saying, they had a couple of half moments, didn't they, where they looked like they could get in behind us. But
their biggest cheer was when their player charged down Mellier's clearance and Leeds just got a goal kick. And they were like, hey, come on, get at him. It's like, all right, lads, have a nice day.
But he thought they were playing some good football before we scored.
Right.
Which he was wrong about. But anyway, let's hear goals 2 through to 4.
Let's do that.
This is so easy from Leeds, making it look so easy. Absolute disgrace, though, man. This is shocking. We're now in for asking his down the man for the job. I don't think he is, man. Now it's going to be another battering, man. I knew this would happen today. I said 5-1. The Leeds fans are loving it. Fair enough. Good atmosphere for them. Here in again here. How is it 3-0, man? Get down the ball out of this club, please. We're going down here. We are so bad. We're actually laughable in this league. The Leeds fans are going crazy. It's a great atmosphere, man. Chance for 4. I'm going to make it up in there. Of course they are. I generally give over this team now. I really do. This is absolutely disgraceful. Unacceptable. Darren Moore has to be second to this game. Carey's only been there a few weeks. It's not working, man.
Are they going to score? Of course they are. I love that. When you've just accepted your fate.
Imagine a Leeds away end where someone behind you is just commentating on the opposition's goals.
It is. I mean, look, we have kind of inserted ourselves into a little niche, haven't we, of this sort of satellite football industry. People talking about football, but we don't do that. Like you mentioned, sat there talking into your phone while the game is going on.
It's good though, isn't it?
Commentating. and presumably he's not streaming it because obviously the reception is shite at Ellen Road. He's recording it and then putting it out afterwards so people know what's happened. It's funny. I just find it interesting. It's like watching Soccer Saturday or like a Goal Rush show after the event.
Which is, I don't mind doing when we've won.
Yeah, it's fun, isn't it?
Should we hear,
I mean, this show wouldn't exist without it. So,
and it's the little bits it picks up as well, because we'll go to Harry Kilner now. This is our second. It's just again more crowd noise, but there's just a background gobshite which really makes this for me.
Like,
We weren't shit.
No.
We're just about to score. The fucking shit, these.
was he saying that we were shit?
Yeah. The fucking shit, these.
It's funny because I had that
think he
same.
was what he was
I
saying.
had that same thought. I'm like, these are shit Leeds. Come on. Football, eh?
Only one more clip from Harry. This is a bit from Warnock's Widows.
I kind of respect that the nihilism. When the nihilism descends, and we've been there before as fans, haven't we? Where you just want it all to go away. And it happened towards the back end of last season, didn't it? In the "You're not fit to wear the shirt" stuff that happened.
I really enjoyed the fucking useless chant because you had the South Stand joining in with them as well. But God, their pining for Warnock really is bleak. I almost have some sympathy for him if it's that bad that you're pining for Warnock.
I mean, on the evidence, it kind of is that bad.
But then I've written a blog about the game and I was looking at their pre-season and they do look like a team that was prepared for the season, having had a barbecue in Cornwall. I think they were playing Tavistock and Bodmin and there was another team and they didn't even beat one of them. It was 0-0. I think there was like a 13-1 win, a 9-0 win and then a 0-0 draw.
You do wonder, don't you, how that genuinely impacts a team if they're having a fairly low-key pre-season playing against not difficult opposition, how it has a bearing on the season that follows. Are you doing mainly fitness work? Because let's face it, Warnock ain't coming up to Huddersfield and spending the whole of the pre-season there, is he? Which is why he brings them down.
He did it when he took Cardiff up to the Premier League. We were preparing for a Premier League season and going to Cornwall. You think, surely some of the clubs got to go, Neil, you've got to take this seriously, mate. This is unacceptable.
We'll change it up this season. This summer we'll do something different. We won't go off on a tour to... Who are they owned by? Is it Thailand?
Yes.
Oh, Malaysia, sorry, isn't it? Yeah.
Because they've got the brilliant Visit Malaysia logo.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So we won't go to Malaysia this time. No. We'll go to Cornwall. Why is that, Neil? Well, it's just... And we all know.
He can't cope with the heat, can he?
No.
When you've got no eyebrows, that's sweat straight to you. It's all straight into your eyes.
And the food, it's just not for me. Steady, Neil. Right, where now?
Let's go to Brad Barbs.
Brad Barbs.
This is another clip of our first. And he... I don't know. I think he's got in his head that it's a big rivalry.
Right. Which they do.
Get along. Come on. Oh, no. Get back. Give him far too much respect, man. We do. Yeah, this is it. 1-0. They'll never celebrate like it ever again. The dream come true on the big field. Fuck's sake.
Oh, 1-0 against Huddersfield. I never thought I'd see the day.
They'll never celebrate like it again.
It's great. It's because it's that bargaining stage of grief, isn't it? It's like trying to make it about us rather than them.
Celebrated exactly the same way. Another 3 times in the next 15 minutes, something like that.
They'll never... Their big day. Like, lads.
Oh, no.
I do love as well, I think we said before, that just that half-second pause before the cheer, as the goal goes in, when people just go and hold their breath waiting to see what happens.
I really enjoyed the shifting sound of that, of get the long throw in and get back.
Oh, no. Right, then, should we hear his half-time assessment?
It's 4-0 now. We're outside. I'll be honest. We've lost interest now. Haven't got a clue, a lot of them. No passion. No nothing. 45 plus 3. Fair play to Leeds, have been dynamite, but wait. Just to, come have a job. Not a care in the world away you go. No, we're fucking mates, Leeds. You know what? I was just saying to one of my mates, like, what does this mean for the underlog? I'm not going to want to get into Sporting Town. Seeing this. Shocking. Absolutely.
You can kind of relate to it, can't you? But only in the sense of being a general football fan, not a Huddersfield fan. But there was kind of a... Did you pick up on it in the background, the bloke going, "We're going home"? If you play the clip back, you can hear, "We're going home."
And someone else go, "Oh, my mate's a Leeds fan."
Yeah, all my mates are Leeds fans.
I heard him saying as well, which is good. But he didn't actually leave because he stood outside, but I think it must just be the smoking area or something.
The clips of the Leeds fans in the South Stand banging on the windows as they're in Billy's bar, as all the Huddersfield fans are going back to the station at half-time, is a glorious one.
I can see why you would leave.
Well, you would, yeah,
sort of. Not that I wouldn't do it myself.
Oh, I don't know.
But I can see why you would.
I did look at that away end at half time and think, yeah, fair play.
Your big day out ruined by half time.
There's not a lot for it, is there, at that point, I suppose.
No.
But he does stay, and at full time he's giving his assessment here. I think from the background, I think he's made his way over to like the subway.
Do you know, it's a little bit like it. I was thinking it's like, and you'll appreciate this as having kids. You know, when you go see like a little school play, it might be like the nativity or whatever, particularly when they're little, and you can't really hear the kids because they're only talking quietly. And you've got no real idea what's going on, and it's shambolic, but they're all 6 and 7, you know, so you just have to sit there and tolerate.
All right, Jake Humphrey.
Bit like that.
This is shambolic. Giving the teachers a dressing down afterwards.
Come on, volume, project.
Why have they not got a rudimentary sound system in here? Get them all mic'd up, for God's sake.
Well, first things first, can just say it, Leeds, that scoreline is generous. Leeds deserved about 8 there. We were like a pub side. Couple of plays I've got time for at this club. Very few, even more so after today. Half of them need to go straight out the door. Not a care in the world. And this is a big game. Leeds fans probably won't admit for them. Half of them think it is, half of them don't. You know, whatever your opinion is, your opinion. For us, it is. It's a derby. It's another Yorkshire team. They'll show a bit of passion, like Oggy does, but not a care in the world. And you know, like I say, after that, it's what I think for the younger generation. No one's going to want to come to these games. You know, with the cost going up and jogging around the field like mental. You could have had 10 blokes in the smoking area giving more than what I've seen there today. It's an absolute joke, and that was embarrassing. I've had a quiet few to drink, to be fair.
Yeah, fair enough. I did enjoy him channeling Warnock there as well. Like, show a bit of passion, like Oggy. Show a bit of passion, like Oggy does. That's all he's asking for. Talking about looking like pub players, Edwards did look a little bit like a pub player, didn't he? That fullback who Somerville was rinsing. I
sort of knew it was bad watching it live, but having watched it back, fucking hell. Yeah. And I watched Junior Firpo the last couple of years, so I know what a bad fullback looks like.
He's going to be. Is it a pink Ferrari he's got?
Is it a Ferrari or Rolls?
It's a Lamborghini, is it?
Pink, whatever it is.
Christ, I don't know.
Pink sport. He's going to be a big pink sports car in this league. He's going to be the fullback equivalent of that. Yeah.
I had the same experience as you though, watching that Edwards. Like, I knew it was bad at the time, and then you watched it back, and it was like the opening minute where the first time he got done, and it didn't lead to anything. But Darren Moore just turned away. You could just see him turn away. Go, I don't know what to do with that. Like, what can I say?
Quite a chunky lad, isn't he, as well?
That's what I mean. He's got a pub player's kind of beer go.
Yeah. I like the idea, though, this game will have put Huddersfield fans off ever supporting them as well. People aren't going to want to come anymore. I really hope we get to go up now and that we don't play them for years and this is the end experience of it. Yeah. Like, what happened the last time we went there?
For a generation.
It's like, your granddad went there in 2003. He said it wasn't good. He said they had a guy called Darren Moore in charge who got sacked the week after, and a fat right back on loan from Stoke.
Right, where next? You said 2003, then I think you meant 2023.
Is that what we're in?
Apparently so. Yeah.
Oh bloody hell!
20 years have gone past like that.
Oh dear.
Sorry, where next?
Should we stick with Huddersfield, or should we have a little break from them?
No, let's get Huddersfield all done in one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Okie doke. Let's go then for Chris, who is Chris HTAFC Green.
Yep.
Pre-game, again, not massively optimistic.
It is match day. It is Saturday. We're making a short trip to Bell End Road to take on Leeds United. I can't say that I'm looking forward to this game. I'm honestly not. I'm absolutely dreading it. After how Tuesday night went against Cardiff City, I really fear that we could lose 5-0 or even 6-0.
This is the guy I've seen most of in the clips that have been doing the rounds. I really enjoy his delivery.
It sounds like he's reading a children's story.
Yeah. Which in many ways he is.
Just knows his audience.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So before this first clip isn't one you'll have seen on Twitter because several of these have done the rounds. But this is before any goals are scored. His camera's just picking up someone, again, a sort of a background gobshite. And I think someone has mentioned to him that a question whether or not this is the best home fans. And he's livid about it.
Ooh, red rag to a bull, Michael.
Hear this going on in the background.
really provocative question when you think about it, isn't it? Like offering that one up to the fans who hate us most.
Calling everyone pedos as well.
Yeah. It's the classic football insult, that, isn't it? It's
It
what
really
you just
is.
go to now, straight away.
I disagree with you nonce.
Yeah,
Let's go for it.
Yeah, it's the go-to, isn't it, these days? Right, where are we now with Mr. Green?
So this is after I think it's the first one going in, and then his reaction to that on the second. He's kind of holding it together at this point, because I suppose he was expecting 6-0 anyway, wasn't he? So he's all right almost.
I'm afraid to say we're losing 1-0 to Leeds United. It's now 2-0 to Leeds United. Darren Mower's shite army are now 2-0 down.
That's not very good, is it, boys and girls?
But then the third goes in, and this is when he.
Is this when the switch?
This is when he's gone.
The switch flips.
It's now 3-0 to Leeds United. We're fucking wank. Darren Mower, fuck off out of our club. You fucking rubbish manager. Should have kept Neil Warnock. We're fucking rubbish. 3-0 to Leeds United. They deserve it though. We're fucking wank. Darren Mower's shite army.
Wow.
That's really tickled me.
I didn't know there was a W in Darren Moore's name. Darren Mower.
Mower.
Oh, dear.
Like Patrick Mower from Emmerdale stroke the space bloke, depending on which way you say it.
Yes. Full time? Should we go to full time?
Yes, this is him seeing them off the pitch, giving his brave lads a round of applause.
You can all fuck off. You can all fuck off. You're all rubbish. And Darren Mower's rubbish as well. Boo, you wankers! Boo, you shit wankers! Boo! Boo! You can all fuck off! Darren Mower out! Darren Mower out! Darren Mower out!
That's made perfect by Marching On Together being in the background, just like how much they're hating it. Oh.
Actually saying boo as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not booing, but saying boo.
It reminds me of that, the seagull.
I wonder if he says lol when he laughs.
The seagull meme of him going, fucking boo! Right. Oh,
Darren Mower.
you're shite. Right now, oh, goodness me, can we top that? I don't think we can.
Let's go for something a bit more sedate.
Right.
Brendan.
Yes. Okay.
Tired little Brendan. This is actually from a couple of weeks ago, is this? But I was just looking him up to see, because I know it's not going well for him, is it? Over in Germany. So I was hoping to find.
They're on for a record, because you were saying, weren't you, Rob? Like, they're on for a record number of defeats the way it's going.
I think they lost 9 in a row. I don't know what they did.
I think it's 11 now, I think.
Well.
And I think the record's about 13 or 14. We'll play the clips and then we'll try and look for the record.
They got in the Champions League last year, didn't they?
Union Berlin, yeah.
Yeah. And now Brendan's gone. And
Yes.
they are, just check the 15th, which is, there are only 18 teams in the Bundesliga. They've got 6 points from 9 games.
Oh, dear. But he was on Men in Blazers then a couple of weeks ago, which is the American show. They follow a lot of the Premier League, follow a lot of the American players wherever they go. And they were chatting to Brendan then, were they?
Bit start to hear us get a mention.
Oh, nice.
You've already accumulated an incredible number of nicknames. I don't know how many of these you're aware of.
It's been a lot.
Metford Messi, Paul Roll Pele, the Square Ball, magnificent fanzine in Leeds, Chris and you, Yank Badger.
It wasn't us, was it? It was a drunk propagandist.
And we're not even sure if it was him or Tyler Adams. We think it was probably him.
Yeah, I thought it was. I took it to be Tyler Adams, but either way, he's dead to us now.
Did he say much else about what we would say about Brendan last year? No. Oh.
No.
I think, to be fair, we were very fair towards Brendan. I know you got in particular, Michael, got annoyed about him towards the end of the season.
Because he can't stand up.
Yeah, well, when the whole thing was falling apart, and he was falling apart by having somebody brush close to him on a football field, and he'd fall over. I do feel with Brendan, though, that he just needs to be coached. Someone needs to tell him.
Coached and fed.
Yeah. Steak and eggs.
Are the two things that he needs more than anything. They don't really address the fact he's rubbish. And was rubbish last year, and he's rubbish this year as well. They just kind of, it's very favourable to the American players. His men in Blazers. Cause the elephant in the room is that the national team are not very good. Yeah, but they kind of pretend they are.
I think there's a far more supportive culture in the States of positivity, isn't there?
Fucking boo!
As you can tell, from listening to the Huddersfield fan and the rampant cynicism that is in place on this show. That it's maybe it's just a bit different, but it's different horses for different courses, isn't it?
But yeah, they are talking as well about we mentioned it the other week, the football in Fritzl, how him and his brother used to be locked in the cellar and to play football, and I think this has maybe come through in some of Brendan's. I mean, he's not a dad yet, but his parenting and his style that he's going to put onto this in years to come.
The biggest message I can say to young kids is just when you think that you're doing enough, that's not really enough. You got to keep doing more and more.
It's a bit Jake Humphrey. Mm-hmm. Is that what you tell your kids? To come home pleased with a bit of artwork, you go,
it's not Michelangelo, is
What's
it?
that?
Pathetic.
You call that good? Mm. Well, how many do you get on your test? 39 out of 40?
Yeah.
Rubbish.
What about that one?
Exactly.
Just able to chip away at their self-esteem.
Is that why he keeps falling over? He's fallen over once and he thinks, no, I need to do more and more and more of it.
It'll work eventually. But yeah, don't... I don't know, maybe it does. Maybe that's what you need to kind of produce...
In the elite mindset, Michael.
Elite?
If you want to be high performance every day, be the best version of yourself.
Jake's mum used to say to him.
I don't know. He'd be able to tell you. Where now?
Should we go a bit of scum? Finish on a bit of scum?
Yeah. So they lost to their rivals, didn't they, in the Manchester derby?
Yeah.
Can we just reflect on this for a minute before we get into the clips? And how nice it is just to see how the worm has turned in that city. I've got no love for Man City and what they're doing. It's a bit daft, isn't it? And they're, whatever. It's like Harlem Globetrotters, isn't it? They're putting together. They've got like the best coach in the world, unlimited pools of money, playing fast and loose with the Premier League rules, all that kind of fun stuff.
Whereas poor old scum barely spent a penny on that side. Mm-hmm. It's on a shoestring.
Yeah. And there's rain coming in through the roof. Have you seen that? Have you seen that? Rain.
Not just any rain, Manchester United rain. Manchester United Football Club rain coming down on them. Yeah, it's quite funny listening to the watch-along stuff because they were all pretty much expecting this. And they've all taken it almost annoyingly well, actually, because they've just gone, we're miles off, aren't we?
What can we expect at Manchester United?
And a few of them are annoyed at Ten Hag now, which is funny, because then they're going to sack him and we get to enjoy this.
The whole cycle goes again.
We're at the point now with Ten Hag where I got to with Solskjaer, where I kind of want to see him winning occasional games.
Just enough to keep it ticking over.
Like when they won that Champions League game completely by luck. It was like, good. That buys him another few weeks, and they can lose a couple. Or even when they've been winning and playing badly this year, like when they beat Wolves, when Wolves should have had a penalty, and like even Sheffield United were all over him for a period. It's just keeping him ticking along. So probably about the only sensible thing, the best thing I heard was from RNA Deck, and this is just after Haaland scores to make it 2-0.
And oh my God, man! Jesus, I mean, what? There's one guy to bloody mark, man. Let me take this fucking biscuit out of my mouth.
It's as much sense as you can get.
Eating stuff while... No. It's not a good... No. Oh.
I did see the City Extra boys on the clips as well. The younger one who's stuck with City Extra, he's got a new mate now.
All right.
Doing the watch-alongs.
Different.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
I really didn't like it. Because I was watching...
Like changing the lineup of your favourite band.
Yeah, and then you've got to see the other guy doing it by himself, and it's heartbreaking.
Just put the band back together, lads.
You've got like a Man City shirt on, actually, Rob. I've just noticed.
I wasn't intending that, but I suppose so. Yeah,
nice
blue.
tribute. It's a nice tribute.
Thank you.
So is it time for Webby and O'Neill then?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
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 And what have they got to say?
Not happy with the defeat.
No.
So there's only one thing for it.
Neil Warnock?
Not quite. The other option.
Scabs?
That is a given. But on the pitch, what can you do?
Play the kids. Play Manu. Play Hannibal. They'll battle for you. They'll run for you. You know what I mean? They'll kick for you. Some of these today, and I'm sick to death of that captain of ours, swinging his arms up in the air, moaning, not doing anything in the game.
Yeah, I used to get really annoyed at Bruno Fernandes doing that. But now I'm kind of enjoying it.
Yeah. His attempts to be a hard man were so funny as well. He was desperate to kick people, and people just kept avoiding him. And then at one point, John Stones avoided him and stood on his Achilles, and it was like, you silly knobhead. Then they brought Anthony on.
Who he was showing quite a violent streak, wasn't he? That yellow card that he got, which seems very out of character for him.
Short temper.
Right
great
then.
bunch of lads.
Yeah.
A great bunch of lads. But yeah, it's great to see Scum fans hating them as much as the rest of us have for years. It's funny how it can flip, though.
Yeah.
Like you say, I'm now going, leave him on. Leave him on. Go on, he's good fun. Wait for him to get sent off. So they're already established then putting the kids in.
Yep.
But who's going to manage them?
Well, it can't be Eddie, because Eddie's not going to do that, is it? It can't be Eddie and play the kids.
It's more straightforward than that.
Do you think he could have done more from the sidelines to help that team today to try and at least get towards or near a result, whether?
Listen, you play Manchester City, your local rivals, you don't need a manager.
Just play the kids.
11 kids in, no manager.
What could go wrong?
I mean, it's perfect. They're not going to lose that game, are they?
No.
How could they? Because they'll kick for you and run, and with no guidance, probably lose about 14-0, I would imagine. Playing the kids is an interesting one, because playing sometimes works.
Yep.
But you generally can look through under 21 sides and you think, if we'd have played all that team, when you go on to see that, like, 5 years later, 6 of them have dropped out of professional football, 1 of them's at Stoke, 2 of them are in League One, you think that probably wouldn't have gone all that well, just putting all those people in.
Doesn't their under 21s team have like Paul McShane and Lee Grant and people in that? It's like, play the kids, they're all 40 years old.
Well, they had Johnny Evans in the team. He's a
fan favourite, a youth favourite.
A Scum youth prospect.
What more do you need? That's what they need, 11 Johnny Evanses.
I don't think that's what they were calling for, actually. No, there was.
That's surprising, though, given that, because this is Manchester United and he understands this club.
They were suggesting Johnny Evans should have retired, actually. Right. But when they were on a shoestring, what can you do? I think they did have like a centre-back on the bench who they paid about 50 million quid for, but, you know. Was it you saying over the weekend, Michael, that like they spent like 60 million on Casemiro last year and they already need to replace him? They're already like, look, his legs have gone. Yeah. We knew this. It's like, why did you spend 60 million quid on him last year?
On a 31-year-old.
And a slightly...
morbidly obese?
A slightly tubby 31-year-old as well, it must be said. I know he's got a big face, hasn't he? It's not necessarily his fault, but yeah, it is great. Him and Aaronson, what a mobile central midfield pairing. Right, let's close out the show then, shall we? Bit of Chris. Yeah. Let's have Chris back. This is not... It's just cut down a bit, but it's something I think we can all take into the week and look back on a great day at Ellen Road.
Fucking wank! Fuck off out of that club! You fucking rubbish manager! Fucking rubbish! Wank! Shite army!
I like how his voice just cracked as well. Rubbish! Ah, dear. More propaganda then after the Leicester game. I presume it'll be just as much fun. We'll see you soon.
The Square Ball Podcast.